The library was always a dark place, but even more so during the long winter months. Lux sat down at her desk and spread on it the mail she had brought with her. There were several envelopes that she recognized Aunt Tiana's handwriting on and thus wanted to postpone opening them as long as possible. Their contents only rarely were of uplifting nature. But there was one envelope that caught her eye. A crude parchment unlikely used by the wealthy Crown Guard family. She decided to pry it open and started reading. "Lux, we have time of the change of years. Come to Feljord. Poro friends and I throwing big festivity with good food and drink. We only waiting for you. After all, it is time to celebrate." Braum's crude writing always brought a smile to her face. She wondered, she definitely had things to do here, but if she would just go? Would a few more angry letters by her aunt make a difference in the end? Probably not. Well, it seemed that her studies here would have to wait. After all, maybe she would get to see a real Aurora Borealis. So, guys, a very merry Poro Christmas to all of you guys. Just like Lux, you have been invited to Braum and his Poro friends' Christmas party. And we're going to look at a Poro midrange deck today that is a bit old school. But yeah, let's have a look at it. It's really fun. So we've got, of course, lots of little Poros in here that will be fed with some nice Poro snacks, powering them up for the rest of the game. And then we have, the idea generally is to have a big finishing turn with the Vanguard Sergeants generated for Demacia, buffing up all allies for a round. And then we can pair this with Red Pursuit. So we have this one turn with a massive attack that actually connects twice. So this can really be devastating for our opponents that aren't ready for this. Also, for some finishing potential, the Fury of the North buffing units up, and back-to-back also generating bigger and bigger Poros. Or not, I mean, not generating them, but making them bigger and bigger. Generating Poros small and big alike, of course, is Aurora Borealis. And all of these high cost spells definitely go well with Lux. She can also finish out games with her Final Spark, clearing the board before we have this massive finishing turn. And yeah, of course, Braum just being generally good Poro value. So yeah, I have a match pre-recorded actually. And we will look right into that. I hope you guys are ready for some Poro action. All right, let's go. So, Professor Dr. Acula is our opponent. Very creative name. And it's going to be Poros against Dragons. Bit of an unfair match. I'm sorry for the Dragons. Okay. Yeah, so Borealis, of course, is a bit too costly. Also, the Pursuit is a bit too early. Other than that, I think, yeah, it's pretty okay. I think that is okay. We still got 1 3-cost unit, and we get the Sergeant anyway. Having the 1-cost Poro, of course, is good. We have also this Demacia midrange deck, so it's definitely going to be a midrange battle here. Yeah, going in open because he might play a bigger unit here. Having the Poro emote, of course, gives us a definitely an advantage here. Yeah, and he's going to have bigger and bigger dragons, of course, in the late game. So we want to finish early, probably. Yeah, trading here feels okay with the Poro snack because we definitely have that buff now for the rest of the game for all of our Poros. Yeah, and taking one from the egg thief isn't that bad. Let's have a nice curve here. We have something for all of the turns coming up. The question is just, what do we play? Because we've got so many things for so many turns. I mean, so many things for the same turn, right? I mean, we could play one of the 3 coasts. The Mighty Poro is buffed. We can play Braum. Yeah, I mean, we can see what he does. So he still has 2 mana left. It's It's a bit risky to channel something here, but definitely it's now our chance, because next turn Shyvana is of course gonna be bigger when she attacks. So yeah, and even if we single combats, we still get a big Poro out of this. I mean, now you could kill him with Shyvana with a single combat, but yeah, we would have actually had to do that before the big Poro was generated, because now we could single combat in response. But we're very, very fine here. Like, the big Poro could kill Shyvana. Drawing more Poros is nice. This is what the deck is about. And we could just take this hit here, because this is going to be about the board, not about the life total in this game. Of course, having more Poros is always nice. Yeah, and he gives up a lot of mana here to kill Braum. We can't help that. Sad Poro. Yeah, we've got the big guy coming up though. And next turn she's going to be a 4/4 again. So yeah, you also can play Lux next turn with her barrier. It's also going to be interesting. And we have two 4/4s with Overwhelm, so that's pretty decent. Getting her out early is always good. So the spells just generate more and more value through leveling her and generating final sparks, of course. So let's see what he does here. Attacking with Lux is a bit cheeky, but we're in a pretty good spot here. Yeah, that's okay. We were trading one Poro away. Definitely is another buff there. Yeah, of course, Pale Cascade. So yeah. Single combat. Could do that with Lux. Probably worth a try. Of course, Lux has still a barrier and would survive the attack by the puny little egg thief there. Not like this though. When he takes away her barrier and Shyvana kills her. Yeah, Shyvana actually levels. Very cool animation, by the way. Very cool animation. Yeah, but she still gets eaten up by the Poro, and yeah, we essentially trade our boards here. I still have one. I have one Poro advantage. Life total is about even. I've got one spell mana, so yeah, I feel pretty good about this. And he's drawing more dragons. Yeah, this can lead into some nasty things later on. But we definitely could get into a powerful turn next turn. Because when we get the for Demacia and a bit of a board, we've got 10 mana next turn. So that's definitely some Poros we can play out, and the for Demacia we can play out. And this guy, of course, also gets buffed when we have the for Demacia activated. Not because of the effect of the for Demacia, but because it's a 6+ coast spell. So he gets +1/+1 and Challenger. Yeah, Poros just feel like good value here, because when they're going to get buffed with the for Demacia, it's going to be great. We also want to play out the small Poros first to see what he does, playing the big dragons. Want to see him spend some spell mana there. But we know it's Demacia. He's got like no mass removal. He could have a judgment, but not with 6 mana. So we feel pretty good about the for Demacia here. It's going to be a strong turn. Dragons against Poros, as I said. I feel sorry for the dragons. Yeah, and he takes that guy away. Does make sense. He gets the most out of this buff from all of the units, and would have been able to hook the big guy, the big dragon, and kill him. But with everything so buff now, it's actually lethal. GG. I didn't expect that one. It was like actually over here. Oh yeah, nice. Yeah, so that game was over pretty fast. Even I wouldn't have expected that. But what we saw there was essentially that he was wasting all of his mana to remove our champions, who both had a short showing before being promptly eliminated. But yeah, that made him underestimate the threat of the Poros, and we had a massive turn just smacking everything into his face with the Poro army. So that worked really well. Yeah, ending earlier than even I expected. There was a bit short, of course, but there's going to be more coming up. Of course, with the newly released card, the Grand Plaza, I'm going to try to improve the stack a bit, see how this does. And there's going to be some more Poro action, some more Poro festivities at the end of the year for us too. So yeah, let's see about that. And by the way, the name of the deck, Christmas Braum, that is a small pun, because in Germany, if you put the R in brackets, if it's just Christmas Baum, that's pronounced Baum and means tree. So we have a Christmas tree, which is called Weihnachtsbaum in German, because Weihnachten means Christmas. So whatever. just being, I just had the need to feel a bit unfunny. Anyway, thanks for checking this video out, and more Poro action is gonna come your way soon. Have a nice Christmas, enjoy the time, and yeah, stay safe. Goodbye.